Do you find yourself really excited when you first start a relationship? You may become head over heels about the person to the point to where you don't see any red flags. They seem perfect. Everything seems just right. Everything is going perfectly. And then later on in a relationship, you find out that they're not who you thought they were. And there were so many red flags you missed because you just found yourself just so in love and so head over heels really quick that you didn't see the red flags. Oftentimes this happens when you are in a place where you really like desperately want to be in a relationship. And once it happened, you have the blinders on and you don't see any of the red flags. And the red flags are coming at you, but you don't see them because you're so in love. Now listen, it takes a lot of wisdom and just discernment and just being willing to observe to really see some red flags. You can miss some. But in this episode, I am going to share 7 red flags you don't want to ignore. But before I get into it, I want to first encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also to my podcast for more messages to inspire you for a happier life and healthier relationships. So maybe you get really emotionally attached when it comes to relationships. And you have some high feelings of excitement and passion and love. And it feels so right that you just can't see any red flags, any signs that you should slow down. Or you may become confused between love and dependency, where you feel like, oh, I really need this person, and it feels like love. You think that it's love, but you find yourself depending on this person, depending on them to give you that emotional or fill that emotional need that you feel that you're lacking. Or maybe you feel fearful of the future and you might be uncertain of where things may be going, and you don't want to start over, and you just wanted to make this work and make this right, make this relationship the best. So you're not willing to face what's right there, the red flags that you don't need to ignore. Let's get into it. Red flag number 1. They consistently complain about their ex. They talk negatively about the person or the people that they were once in relationship with. They always have something bad to say about that person. That's a big red flag. You want to pay attention to that, because if they're talking negative about someone else, they can eventually begin to turn on you and talk bad about you. Think about it. Even though they may not like their ex, they may not get along with their ex. Why do they need to talk about their ex? They don't have to keep bringing up their ex, right? So listen, the fact that they keep bringing them up, they keep talking about it says something about this person. This person can be a negative person that's always talking about negativity. You want to be aware of that red flag. And red flag number 2 that you do not want to ignore. They make excuses why they go ghost. So if you're in a relationship with someone and you're talking to them, you're going on dates, they're texting you, you're texting them, they're calling you, you're having good conversation. And then after a week or 2, you don't hear from them. They go ghost. They don't respond to your text messages. They don't call you anymore. They don't come around anymore. And then when they do come around after some days or a week later, they have an excuse. They make excuses. Oh, I've been busy. Oh, I've been working. Oh, I've been doing this and doing that. That is a big red flag that you want to pay attention to. Now, I'm not saying that, this could be a bad person and this could not be the relationship for you. But I do want you to understand that this is something you need to be aware of. And you don't want to put your all into this person if they're coming and going in your life like a rotating door where they're revolving in and out of your life. You want to make sure that you have consistency and stability. So if they're constantly just calling and ghosting and doing what they want to do when they want to do it, that's a red flag you want to pay attention to. Red flag number 3, they're disrespectful towards others. They're disrespectful towards the waiter when you go out on a date, and they're, kind of mean with servers, with other people. They're disrespectful towards their family members, their siblings. Pay attention to that. That's a big red flag that says this person may be a disrespectful person, period, and can eventually disrespect you. Red flag number 4, they brag and boast about themselves. They're constantly talking about how well they are, how great they're doing, how amazing they are, and look at me and look at what I'm doing and look at what I have. Boasting about yourself is not a good thing. I mean, it's okay to celebrate yourself and to talk about your achievements. There's nothing wrong with that. But if they're constantly boasting and bragging and they always have something to say about how great they are, that can be a red flag that this person may be arrogant. This person may have an ego issue, and you may want to distance yourself a little bit and just pay attention and be more observant, because this doesn't mean that they are a bad person and you don't want to be around them and leave them alone. No, but it does mean you want to pay attention and you want to be aware of that. Red flag number 5, they have a history of cheating. Now, you may not always know this, but there are things you can pay attention to. Like if they have children with multiple people and they are constantly in and out of relationships. Like if you ask them, when was your last relationship? How long did that last? And then what about the one before that? You can get an idea that they possibly could have a history of cheating. Or if they don't have a history of cheating, they have a history of constantly entering and ending relationships. They don't have a lot of stability in relationships. And so that is a big red flag. Red flag number 6, you don't have the same core values. This is really important because if you're a person of faith, it's important that you also have a relationship with a person of faith. If you don't share the same core values, it's going to be an issue eventually. It may not start off as an issue, but later on, if it's really important for you, your values, how you believe, whether you have a strong core value to put family first before, work, or put family before friends and fun or whatever, and that person don't have that core value and they put other things before family and they don't value family, that could be an issue. So you want to pay attention and make sure that you both share the same core values, because if they don't, that's a major red flag. And finally, red flag number 7, they start off the relationship with love bombing. That means everything, they're just doing so much that it's just overwhelming. Sending you flowers every day, like every single day, that's too much, right? It can feel romantic and all that, but when it's just all the time, it can just feel like, oh my goodness, this could be love bombing. They're constantly calling you, constantly talking about how much they love you and all these things. And let me tell you, it feels amazing. Love bombing feels amazing. But the problem is the person will start doing all of these amazing things in the beginning of the relationship to the point where it's obsessive and it's overwhelming. And then at the end of or towards the middle of the relationship, you find out that they're the total opposite. And they did all that love bombing just to get you where they wanted you so that they can become toxic later on. So you want to pay attention to these red flags and make sure that you're not falling for it yourself. So I share a custom plan on how to help you attract deep, long-lasting love in my free masterclass, which is available now. You can go ahead and click the link in this episode or go to RainieHoward.com and make sure you sign up for the free masterclass. You can also read my book to start your custom plan at The Love Habit. You can find the book, The Love Habit, anywhere books are sold. It's available even on Amazon. Get the book. Click the link in my episodes to go ahead and take advantage of that. Now, I want to help you develop the strength and clarity to know when a relationship is not for you. You deserve the emotional freedom and the opportunity to invite love and respect with someone who aligns with your values. So go ahead, sign up for the free masterclass, get the book, The Love Habit, join me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you and connecting with you in the next episode.